I have so many mixed feelings right now.
No! Yes! I don't know!
Today I'm going to be breaking down and sharing my thoughts on the new The Black Dahlia Murder song, Aftermath. This marks the first new music since the tragic passing of longtime frontman Trevor Strnad, someone who I not only consider to be a top frontman in the genre, but also someone who was just very instrumental in the very things I try to do with this channel. No matter how big his band got, Trevor was always about using his own platform to share and prop up other smaller name groups he loved, either through conversation or through his deep dive articles with seemingly endless recommendations. And perhaps above all else, I have never met anyone who knew the man or interacted with him personally who described him as anything less than a kind, caring, and humble person in spite of his heavy, bombastic stage persona. So with that said, he left incredibly big shoes to fill, leaving me very skeptical about the future of the band without him. And more personally, I have been listening to them since the early Unhollowed days, so I definitely have a bias. With that in mind, it struck me as probably the wisest move possible to, rather than hire an outsider as a new vocalist, instead have founding member and longtime guitarist Brian Esbach decide to step in on vocals. Bringing us now to present day with their 10th album looming for a September release. And with this first single, we finally get to hear what this new lineup sounds like in the studio. Diving right into the beginning, the riffs are just the classic essence of the band they always are, mixing melodeath hooks with ominous overtones. And compositionally, they are definitely pulling from the same bag of tricks that got me into them to begin with, starting right from that classic drop out of the guitars as the vocals come in. And as far as Brian goes, he is doing a great job of carrying on the spirit of Trevor's style. He certainly has his own subtle quirks, but overall I just noticed in particular how his adherence to Trevor's fun approach to cadence is unmistakable here. And then you've also got the usual great mix of high snarls and low growls. Great union of vocals and guitars too, that at times even take me back to Unhollowed. This band also has been great at making sure all members are coalescing into something that is bigger than the sum of its parts, and I'd say that continues here. Also some fun riff transitions that really get you banging your head. And then we've also got the slow atmosphere building section you hear in plenty of their songs. Moving here into an epic harmonized guitar solo, no less. And then going back into the infectious chorus before that great over and out ending. Short, but very effective, probably hits harder because of its length. Once more, less is more. So on the positive, this definitely makes me excited to hear more. Like I said, I was on the fence about how this would pan out without Trevor, but I think they really brought together their best elements on this song. If I have one criticism though, it probably is that it's so similar to previous material. They're a band that have been known for that, and for that reason, even before Trevor passed, I found myself wishing that they would start to take at least a few more risks, although that could also go horribly wrong. And I think that ultimately it makes sense to play it safe with this first new set of songs. Some of the fan base is likely to be highly sensitive to any big changes, so best to just reassure first before trying anything too left field.
I don't like change.
So moving into my 3 grading scales, I give this an A for enjoyability. I was, again, banging my head right from the start. It's not like it's not an A+, it's not the craziest thing I've heard. It didn't like completely blow my socks off, but I did find myself smiling and kind of saying to myself, they've done it again. They've still got that energy. They haven't lost what matters, and I think even Trevor would probably be very proud of this song. Moving to musicianship, I give it a B. I think it's very strongly performed. I think everybody's working together like a well-oiled machine. I like the performances from the vocals to the guitar to the drumming. Now, is it like, again, an amazing composition? Does it really warrant an A rating? I don't think quite so, and again, that's where maybe some new little flavor twists here and there in the future would be a good thing. But overall, very strong B on this front. And then in terms of innovation, it's going to be a C, which is usually the case for, honestly, most new The Black Dahlia Murder songs. Even again, before Trevor passed, like, I would give most of them a C for innovation because they just kind of make the same song, or at least the same album, over and over again, but they do it so well that that's fine. Like, not everybody has to have the most innovative album, but I'm not going to give them any extra points here for that. So overall, I'm thinking a very strong B for this song. I don't think it quite lives up to... This is a crazy year for death metal. I know I keep saying that, but there have been some just absolutely stellar releases. So I'll be interested to see where this album stacks up in comparison to the, like... Y'all, I'm working on a tier list for 2024 death metal releases. I'm already going to have to scale it back, but even, like, we're only, like, halfway through the year. And I think there's like 50 plus albums on that tier list that feel like they can't be removed. So it's going to be crazy. I don't know where this is going to stack up on that front. But as far as just a song on its own, I give it a very strong like B plus. I think they did an excellent job, and I'm very excited to hear the album. Let me know down in the comments whether you're excited as well. You can check out this video for my old The Black Dahlia Murder album ranking, which I will be updating when the new album comes out, or you can check out this playlist for plenty more death metal rankings and videos that I've been doing this year and years past. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.